Welcome back, folks. A wild Silas appeared, and we are back with some more gaming woes, fishing the bottom of the barrel to find the scummiest, I don't know, fucking folks in the gaming universe. And once again, I am severely annoyed. This time from none other but those fine folks at WB Montreal. Now, granted, I'm not referring to WB as a whole, just strictly this individual studio that just decided to say, hey, fuck it. We'll just leech off of a series as much as humanly possible to fucking just to cash in on a product. A product that had dignity, that went out with a bang, that people could turn to. And that series would be the Batman Arkham games, City and Asylum. Two of, in my personal opinion, and in the opinions of many gamers that I personally know, some of the best fighting stealth games there has been, at least in the last decade. And with the release of City and the fact that Rocksteady was working to pursue other products, naturally somebody would step up to take this mantle. Unfortunately, it had to be those good old folks down at WB Montreal. The people, I've got their Wikipedia open right here, and it says that here's the total games they've made since their foundation in 2010. 2012, Batman Arkham City Armored Edition for the Wii U. You know that game that came out for the Wii U that was so out of date, that had nothing the Game of the Year edition had other than a bonus armor set for Catwoman and Batman. The one that was horribly panned, not horribly panned, but ultimately forgotten about due to its downgrade in frames per second and performance issues. Then there is evidently Arkham Origins. Two games that came out within the last 2 years that they've developed on. Both with reaching from minor to sky-high issues. Today, of course, we're talking about Arkham Origins. As the few of you who check out my channel are aware, I was recently going to do a full Let's Play of Arkham Origins. Now, I am fully aware that people often on YouTube, particularly those who dabble in video games, are let down in the sense that they get copyright strikes on them. And I should thank my lucky stars, whatever could be out there that's preventing me from accidentally stepping on a landmine, figuratively speaking, and getting my channel removed permanently off of YouTube with all of the 600 videos that I have with like 10 views each. Now, I mean that's being generous, but I digress. I'm getting all ragey and I apologize. I am tired from an entire day of college and a class was canceled and I was late to one. Once again, digress. As soon as the day of that I release my Batman Arkham Origins series, I get a copyright claim. Now, granted, copyright claims, are entirely indifferent not entirely, but very different from copyright strikes. Strikes says, hey, you aren't allowed to put this footage up, take it down immediately, or your channel gets kaput. As simple as that. It's very simple. And then there's copyright claims, where it's this bizarre step in the middle. it's not more of a step backwards in comparison to a strike. Rather, it's more of a shimmy, if that makes sense. Let me reiterate and let me elaborate. Essentially, it allows for you to keep up your videos. However, your videos will have ads that don't go to you. They'll have ads that go to the company. They are taking you out of the equation. They're taking the provider of the content out of the equation. It's still our game. You can post it. You can add clever commentary, but we're taking all the money. Now I know, once again, this isn't as extreme as the copyright strikes, and once again, I'm happy for that. However, I'm not happy at all when somebody is taking money that could go to me. I would rather see a video with nothing on it, with the inability to monetize, instead of seeing this bullshit, this corporate greed that's reeking of, oh my god, how do you do this? How do you claim videos? I can understand strikes. However, this playthrough with my voiceover, with my equipment that I do for free should be advertisement enough. It shouldn't mean that you come down on me and say we're going to take every last bit of fun out of hope for the series. We're just going to take that and stuff it into our already undesirably thick wallets. And this game, it's always with the games that are so unbelievably mediocre. Arkham Origins has gotten panned for it being so desperate, such a corporate grab of a game. The areas you can't access, the objectives that make no sense. If you've seen episode 3 of my playthrough series, if you don't take down a certain amount of guys, you can't access something that's out in the open. Add some risk, people. Don't take steps back and say, oh, but you need to take down these guys in order to make a mechanic that doesn't require those guys dead work. Furthermore, I have done research and found out that there are numerous amounts of game-breaking glitches that WB itself has apologized for. I'm not sure about the studio, but I know the head of WB, has apologized for. However, it's uncertain, as far as I'm aware, whether or not there will be patches to fix these issues. Now I understand why so many people decide to back out of it. Why Mark Hamill decided, hey, this isn't the Joker for me. I'm gonna stick with Rocksteady, thank you. Why Kevin Conroy was just, hey, this isn't the Batman that... This guy, Kevin Conroy, has gone through some shit-ass Batmans in his life. As far as I'm aware, he has not picked up this one. Whoever they did was actually a good imitator. I'll give him that. However, I mean, if that's the case. However, Kevin Conroy was in Batman Superman Apocalypse. That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in terms of anything Batman Superman related. It's right up there with Man of Steel, but that's another subject. I apologize. Don't dislike my video for that superficial bullshit. But this is not the way you respond to someone giving your game a positive outlook, a altruistic, humble outlook to your game. You did not pay for this game. You paid for its development. You paid for it to go out, yes. I personally bought this game. I bought the equipment to record this game, and I bought the laptop that I use to record my voice like I am using right now. You have bought none of this. Maybe if you handed me the game as a company, if you found me and said, hey, could you play this game for us, do a playthrough, but we might take all the money for it, then I'd say, maybe I'll do it. I probably will. You gave me a free game. Fuck it. Why not? I wouldn't openly say that, but I would. I would do this for them. I bought this with all this fucking bullshit that I've got. All this propaganda advertising the fucking video game. I bought this from fucking Walmart. It came with fucking poster, it came with a fucking shirt, came with a fucking black mask. Okay? Yet you people over there at WB Games Montreal think you're entitled to what my channel makes, which is pennies. Do you know how unconsiderably cheap you're getting to if you're going to bother looking up and claiming all the money all the dimes, all the pennies that my channel makes? No, I could give a shit less about the money. It's the principle of the fact. Furthermore, if I do get any copyright strikes and these videos remain, then YouTube will take this into account when it comes to handling my channel in the copyright situation whereafter. This cannot stand, and therefore I am deleting all these videos, all 3 videos that I have made. I will probably do another Batman game, simply out of the fact that these games, that I worked too hard on too many thumbnails in order to just throw them away. So you're going to be seeing them again in a different game series. So stay tuned for that, whatever I decide it will be. But this game, this is not forgivable. Is it unforgivable? No. But as of right now, it is not forgivable. I'm going to be discontinuing my Let's Play. Ooh, big deal, however, I am going to return this. I am going to return this fucking game. Fuck, I dropped it. But I'm going to be returning this fucking game to Walmart. And even if I have to sacrifice I hope I have to sacrifice all of this merchandise I got with it for free. I would rather return it all than so much as let it see the sight of day. That is how annoyed I am. I'm not going to encourage anybody watching this to, per se, disown or boycott WB. Because, let's face it, they've put out a plethora of good games. In my opinion, they've taken DC and Warner Brothers has taken over the video game market when it comes to superhero games. Disney and Marvel, on the other hand, seem to be ultimately conquering the theater front. But once again, that's another story. I am, however, going to condemn WB Games Montreal. Because, as far as I'm aware, I haven't had any problems on any of my other DC related material. And I've got full Let's Play of Arkham City. Why is that not panned for copyright claims? Why is this game, this piece of shit cash-in, why is it being claimed and not stricken? That's my question. My question for this game is, my theory is, that is to say, my theory is that they know it's a pandering. They know it's a cash-in. To have anybody out there being sincere about their game is going to be hurtful to them. And so they will take whatever they can get out of the quote-unquote advertising of the game to pennies, to fucking pennies, which once again, my channel barely makes. Got 140 subscribers right now. I love every last one of them. But in comparison to a vast majority of YouTube, that is a very small amount. And that should be chump change when it comes to development team and a publisher. This is going the wrong direction. This is isolating anybody who had any interest in your game. And you deserve better than this. You deserve to be better than this. You should be grateful to me for deciding to play your game. Even bad games deserve to be played. Even worse games than this deserve a playthrough. They deserve promotion. Why? Because even then, they could get people interested in the product. I know I've seen playthroughs of bad games and then bought the game. I've done that plenty of times. No matter how bad your game is, don't do this to your fans. Don't do this to the people who bought your game. Because it's this sort of thing that makes people like me boycott your company. I am not as angry as I was with the Assassin's Creed 3 fiasco. Nothing has changed in Assassin's Creed. This is low. This is sunk. At least the Assassin's Creed series has been on a slippery slope. This is a downfall. I'm not going to say this game is as bad as Assassin's Creed 3. But the way that its developer is handling its distribution is just as bad. It's just as bad as what Ubisoft does with their playthroughs or whatever. I even hear they lift their playthrough claims after a few months after the fact. And be that as it may, it doesn't make a lick of sense to me. I mean, sure, you got spoiled, and that's a different subject. I think I'm gonna end it off here. This game breaking, this piece of shit, glitchy ass pandering game thinks that while it's being advertised by so much merchandise by me, thinks that it can leech off of my support in every way possible. I don't appreciate that. And the company who decided to make this game should be ashamed. I'm a Wild Silas, and fuck WB Montreal. I love WB as a whole, but this studio, it can rot. It can just die off. The rest of you guys who aren't in that company, oh Lord, stay wild.